Hello, I'm James Simpson. Welcome to my poster talk entitled Tip of the Finger or Tip of the Tongue, The Effects of Verbal Communication on Multiplayer Team Performance. This research is joint work between Macquarie University in Sydney, Australia, and the Australian Department of Defence's Science and Technology Group. We are increasingly making use of virtual environments thanks in part to advances in technology and recent societal disruptions, such as the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. However, as we move away from the physical world to the virtual world, we lose a lot of rich contextual cues that we find in face to face interaction, such as gestures, the use of shared artifacts within a shared environment. Therefore, an important question arises when we design these environments. How do people adapt to virtual environments? To begin to answer this question, we ran a study where teams of 4 participants had to locate and contain autonomous agents into a containment area, similar to how a farmer would shepherd sheep into a pen. Across 16 trials, teams were exposed to a number of experimental conditions, such as increasing the number of agents to contain and the introduction of fog in the field of play. For this presentation, we'll focus on 3 key performance measures: how much time participants took to complete the trial, the amount of verbal communication they used, and how much of the verbal communication was related to the task at hand. Unsurprisingly, increasing the difficulty of trials, be it by the introduction of fog or increasing the number of targets participants had to contain, led to greater trial duration. At the same time, increasing the trial difficulty, notably through the introduction of fog, led to changes in the amount of verbal communication players engaged in. However, not all verbal communication measures were responsive to changes in trial difficulty. In particular, the proportion of on task utterances remained high regardless of trial difficulty. Taken together, there are 3 things we feel the CSCW community can take away from this experiment. First, the need to incorporate verbal communication into the virtual environments we create. Whilst it may not be appropriate for every conceivable scenario, it is largely an unused medium in virtual environments, particularly when chat and other nonverbal communication measures are favored. Second, how we design our virtual environments can impact team performance and verbal communication. Um, Something as simple as changing a parameter like the visibility or an aspect of the task, like the number of targets to contain, can make a big difference. And last point, that the roles assigned to participants in a virtual environment can have an influence on verbal communication patterns is a finding you can read in our paper. If you're interested in our research, feel free to view the poster and the accompanying extended abstract. Thank you for your attention.